But you know you know what Kelly's lesson has been of late? The biggest thing that they're bringing through to me is allowing myself to feel the whole continuum of emotions. I was trained, my inner child was trained that it's okay to be sweet and happy and fun, but you're not allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to be moody. You're not allowed to be grumpy. You're not allowed to be pissy. Why did God give us all of those emotions if they were judged as inappropriate? They're not inappropriate. We decide who we are in every given moment. I'm a person who loves the world. There's nothing about me that wants to hurt anybody. And I'm learning to give myself permission. I can be angry. I can hate somebody. I am allowed to hate somebody who is mean to me or bad or rotten in this world. I can hate them. It's allowed. I've never been allowed to hate. If I wasn't a good Christian girl, if I hated, I had to love them with the love of God. I am learning that I can hate that physical incarnation, this personality on this earth. I fucking hate that bitch. I hate her. And I get to hate her. I can also, from my fifth dimension perspective, know that she is somewhere within her, there is a spark of the divine. And I can love the spark of the divine. But I don't have to like her. And you know, we've lived our life suppressing half of our emotions. It's not okay to be impatient. It's not okay to get pissy when somebody cuts you off in traffic. If you were a good girl, if you were a loving spiritual soul, that would roll right off your fucking shoulders. Well, guess what? It pisses me off. And there's another place where that relationship between what I described as the relationship between me, the inner child, and this highly evolved part of myself, which is there and it is in you too. This holds space for impatient Nina. This loves and adores impatient Nina. This allows, play it out, baby, impatient Nina. It accepts and validates and honors impatient Nina. When these two come together, the need for the impatience won't be there. The impatience is giving you the opportunity to practice accepting who you are unconditionally. I know it is. I know it is, but it's the practice. And that's, they just said, it's not an order, it's an invitation. It's an invitation that we can practice anytime we think of it. One of my first prayers of my day is I say, Angel Team, remind me of who I am through the day. Remind me. Because we get busy and it's like human Kelly just goes on a roll and spiritual Kelly gets left back here. I want to be both. I want to revel in this world. I want to have my cocktails and I want to go to my kids' parties and I want to see my grandchildren singing their Christmas carols. I want it all. I want it all. I want to revel in it all. I want to get mad. I'm realizing I want to be able to be bitchy and to love myself while I'm being bitchy. I get to be bitchy. This is brand new, cutting edge, this last 3 days information, Nina. I get to hate as long as I need to hate. And I can, so when they told me this came through in a download about 3 days ago. And when they told me this, I'm like, I'm not getting it because I'm like, I don't want to live my life being ugly all the time. And they said, you love yourself. You love Kelly who's angry. You just love her. In the same way that if your sweet little one, your grandchild, was to be having a tantrum and mad about something, you would hold them and rock them and love them and validate them and hear them, and let them say what they needed to say because you were shushed and you were told to shut up and you were not allowed to express your feelings. So I know how to nurture that in my children, in my grandchildren. Probably didn't do as well with my children because I was a kid, but I'm doing better with my grandkids. It's all an evolution. It's all a journey, and I can allow and love that part of myself that was the 25-year-old mother. You know, I did the best I could. And now I can love myself doing a little better today. And so they said, love yourself having the emotion, and then the emotion is going to dissipate just like it does in the 2-year-old tantrum. And then it's like, well, that felt good. And you know what they showed me? About a year ago, they gave me a download where they showed me that when I connected with my love and my heart open, they showed me two giant hands doing this, and that it's creating energy. That sunset, like you said, the feelings you get in nature, that feeling is the beautiful energy of creation. And they showed me that, and they said that once we've created it, it never goes away. It goes into the crystalline grid that connects the all, the one, and it is always there, just turning up the energy, turning up the expansion. But you know what they told me a couple of days ago? They anger when it's expressed. So does the ugly when it's expressed. Even the judgment. The judgment is probably one of the worst emotions that we have. But when we can have the judgment and we allow ourselves to have the judgment and we process through the judgment, and that brings that pendulum that is like, they suck. And you just feel them sucking as long as you need to feel, or I suck. And you just let yourself feel that. And the adult Kelly, the higher self Kelly, sweetheart, you are really feeling terrible. What can I do for you in this moment? You can't do nothing, they suck. And you love and you nurture and you just hold space. It might just be, baby, you feel what you gotta feel. Just feel what you gotta feel. Well, they do suck. Or I suck. We all suck. Everybody sucks. And then pretty soon, like every emotion does, it's going to play itself out and you're going to come back to center. And then because you just let yourself feel it, it isn't adding to any of the that's inside us. It's adding to the glory that is outside of us, that we are part, that we are that point of. The,
That
the only the only negative thing about any emotion is when it's not expressed, when it is held back, held in. And our life, so you have judged yourself harshly every time you've had an impatient thought. If you were a good girl, you wouldn't be so impatient. Good spiritual people aren't impatient. Well, I'm here to tell you, honey, that there's nobody more perfect than you, and you're impatient. Okay, be impatient. And we can love it until there's no more need for it. And then it can be what it is. But don't love it with the idea of making it go away as part of you in this present moment. Because every present moment is a blank slate. But in this present moment, there's impatience. And because we know you're perfect, that impatience is perfect. And we love it and we hold space for it. We let it be until there's a present moment when it's like, I'm not feeling that now. And then you love that Nina perfectly in that moment. That's the object of the game, my darling. That's the object of the game. You know what's awesome? When they first started to give me the whole thing about tones and sound and whatnot, I played with it. I played with the different things, and I would feel my energy, and it was like, oh, that feels better than that. Oh, that feels better than that. So if when you hear me go, ah, and you feel that ah to match it, let it. That's that's that beautiful melding of energy. That's the calling forth. They have told me that tones are as powerful is a good word. Might not, they say it's not, they're saying to me it's not exactly right, but it's good enough for right now, as hours of meditation. We go into meditation, which I did, that was my doorway, to clear the mind and allow the vibration to raise so that your higher self could come in and blend with you. They said that tones will do the same thing. Every time I even say the word tones, I see a red carpet. They show me it's like the red carpet to the angels, the red carpet to all the beings of love and light. So when you sit in the moment, like if I'm grumpy, I tone. I just start belting them out. And it doesn't take long and it helps to carry it away. Because I don't like the feeling of that. Although now I think I'm going to be coming at that a little different. But it's been a tool up to this point. But they've said, feel the ah. I can almost feel my body dissolving when I do that. It's like I turn to liquid energy. Ah. And it's just, yeah, it's awesome.
Well, thank
So
you.
sing with me, baby. There's no wrong way of any of this. If it makes your heart open and it makes you lift, you're on the right track. You have your own guidance, babe. When any action makes you feel, then you know you're on the right track. They're calling you forward. They're calling you forward when they give you that. Yeah. It's been a
I
pleasure meeting you, my dear.
thank you.
My Tuesdays.
I
My Tuesdays are an hour and a half, and instead of it being one to one, it's one to a group. And there's questions and answers. I bring through light language. I never know what we're going to do. I don't plan it. I just get out of the way, and the guides will come through. And there's toning. There's meditation. There's questions and answers. There's energy work. Sometimes the angels come in. Sometimes the guides come through. It's cool. It's cool, and it only costs $8, and it is on Tuesdays at 9:30 a.m. our time. So if you're not working and you ever can, and if you sign up for it, I finally learned because I'm very technologically challenged. I learned how to. There's a thing I can click. Everybody that's in that group of the Zoom call, I can send out the link, the Zoom recording. So even if you're not able to get to a particular meeting, and I'm not posting any of those on YouTube. That stuff is I'm just not. I don't know why, but I'm not. If it's something that you want, you can, yeah, come be part of my
thank you.
community.